Old sash windows are a major source of heat loss through the gaps, but there's a simple fix with insulation strips. Yeah, so here you can see this sash window has a huge gap and is a serious source of heat loss, as well as outdoor noise. This gap's range is 4 to 9mm, so I needed to use a 9mm insulation strip. First thing to do is clean the edge the strip will stick to. I found a good way to do this is to take some sticky tape and roll it over the surface to pick up any small debris. I then fixed the insulation strip to the window frame. I found using an old dinner knife useful to press the hard to reach parts. Once the end was firmly attached, I continued sticking on the rest of the strip, like so. When I reached the other end, I measured how much of the strip was needed by pressing it the same way as at the start, and then used a small pair of scissors to cut the length. After closing the sash, the difference in noise level was immediately obvious, and the massive draught was gone. I did a similar process for each side part of the sash, first cleaning with a cotton bud and soap spray. Then using sticky tape to remove dirt. I measured up the length of strip against the edge and used a small pair of scissors to mark. This part is more difficult as it needs to be pushed into place. I found the old dinner knife useful for this. I wanted to be as thorough as possible, so I even cut up small pieces for the recess the rope lines up with. I need some good tweezers to apply these though. The next main draught source was the sides of the sash. For this I used draught strips. These are usually used for doors by fixing to the frame with a hook-shaped flexible foam blocking the draught. I cut the strips down to size, marked and drilled new end holes for nailing the ends in place, and made sure to file off the sharp edges and burrs. Ensuring the strip is flush with the sash, I nailed it to the bottom of the frame and checked the window still opens and closes normally. I repeated for the sides and a final check shows it fits snugly. Here I'm just showing up close how these draught strips work. For completeness, I then covered the draughty gaps of the rope pulley hole with a standard door draught brush. Again, I measured, cut to size and removed the sharp edges. Crimping the metal strip that holds the brush fibres stops them from falling out. The plastic brush holder had too much give. I wanted to hold the brush firmly in place, so I squeezed and bent it with pliers into a suitable shape. I marked the section I want to attach the plastic holder to and fixed it in place. After repeating for the underside, I tested that the window still operated normally. Lastly, I'd recommend these plastic films as a cheap type of double glazing.